guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed yet, I need to know what you are waiting for. Okay, it doesn't cost anything for you, but it helps me out tremendously. So please, before you watch this video, go below and press the subscribe button. And if you're feeling really frisky, press the bell that pops up next to the subscribe button, which will give you notice every time that I post a new video, so you won't have to miss anything. Perfect, right? So anyways, on Instagram yesterday, I had said I am going to post a video this week about love. I might have told you a little white lie because this is actually going to be about war, about going to war with your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your boo-boo, your snookums, your gift from God. You know where I'm going with this. We all do it. When you're in a relationship, you're going to have fights. You're going to have arguments, but you got to figure out a way to do it in a healthy way. So this video, I'm going to give you some tips on how to deliver your argument, how to act in the actual argument, and then I'm going to give you some tips about maybe your mindset and how you're thinking about things to maybe help you from having some of these arguments in the future. So if you're ready, let's go. Okay, so when you're about to have a conversation or an argument with your spouse, I want you to remember some things. Whenever your ego and your feelings are involved, as human beings, we tend to forget very quickly that we are classy, sophisticated individuals. For me, I don't know what it is, but I can go from sophisticated to ghetto in the blink of an eye. So if you're that type of person, you really need to train yourself to snap out of it, because I mean, you trained yourself to be ghetto, so train yourself to rein that in and become a normal human being, especially when you're fighting with your spouse. You love that person. You don't want to be psycho, okay? First off, no personal attacks or name calling. This is not the time to tell them how much you hate their cooking. It's not the time to tell them how much their father didn't love them. Whatever, little tiny personal attacks to make yourself feel better are not gonna help you in this situation. So don't do it, all right? Another thing to try, which is very hard for me, is when you're in this fight or this argument, no swearing. Okay, so if you're anything like me, I become Sailor J. Rose, potty mouth, angry girl when I'm in an argument. I don't know, I tend to be a nice Christian girl until I'm mad, and then I'm throwing F-bombs and they're throwing them back and it's getting heated, and then we're gonna fight each other and it gets really bad. So try, as a rule of thumb, to not swear during the argument. It'll help you get through the situation much more productive. Another thing, don't sit in the corner and give them the silent treatment because you want to be a little brat. Don't sit there like, I'm not saying nothing. Don't play the silent treatment. It's not going to get you anywhere, and it's not productive. Now, in my situation, I've never played the silent treatment because, well, I always got something to say. But honestly, like, you're a human, but you're also an adult. So use your words and let's work through this and come to a solution. Don't play the silent treatment bratty games. Okay. All right. So you've probably heard this in like psychology classes or in books and stuff, but try to use I statements instead of you statements. So for example, you can say, I'm really feeling upset because of blah, blah, blah. Don't say to them, you really made me upset, or you make me feel this way. Because the truth of the matter is, we feel a certain way because of something inside of us, not because of other people. Other people truly cannot control our feelings. It's something going on inside of us that's controlling that. So by telling somebody that they make you feel this way or whatever, it's wrong and it's not productive. So say, I'm feeling this way. Can we talk about it? Okay. And also, when you're going into an argument or you need to have a conversation with your spouse, try to remember this. It's really important. Would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? I mean, many of the conversations we have are about the tiniest little things where if we could just shove our ego down a little bit and get over it, we wouldn't even need to have a conversation. Okay? So remember that. Would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? We all want to be happy, right? Did you see what I did there? Yeah. All right. And one thing that I heard that really, really made sense to me is you don't get to decide if you've hurt somebody's feelings. So as an adult and as a loving person, you should fix the behavior so that you're not repeatedly hurting their feelings in that way. Now, I know a lot of psycho crazy girls right now just said, oh yeah, that's right, you hurt my feelings and you have to take responsibility for it. But that's not what I'm saying. A lot of times people hurt our feelings and have no idea that they did. It's not like people wake up in the morning and say, you know what, how can I hurt J. Rose's feelings today? How can I stomp on her heart? They don't do that. So just be patient with people, you know, especially the person that you love. Like, how about let's do this crazy thing called giving them the benefit of the doubt for once. Like, maybe they truly didn't mean to hurt us. And you owe them that. If you're going to be in a relationship with them, give them the benefit of the doubt, you know, give them a chance. How many of you out there have called your significant other your best friend? We've all done it, right? So we call them our best friend, but yet we treat them and we talk about them with such disrespect, more than we would ever dream of doing to our real best friend in life. Like, there's been so many times that I've talked about my partner so terribly. Wait, okay, so I just want to be clear. I don't have a partner. I'm single, but I'm just saying, like, when I do have a partner or when I have in the past, I've said things terrible. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, like, I would never talk about my best friend, my best girlfriend, or talk to them so terribly as I have certain people I've dated in the past. So just remember that, like, if they're your best friend, why are you treating them this way? Let's treat them with respect. You love this person, don't you? If you are anything like me, I am a royal B word if I'm hungry. Okay, my blood sugar drops and I am hard to deal with. I want to pull my hair out and your hair out. So a good idea, if you're going to have a conversation, why don't you have a little snack before? Have some carrots or some chips so that you don't go psycho crazy person. And maybe make sure the person you're about to talk to, maybe they have a snack too. Always argue on a full tummy, guys. The same thing for tiredness. Like, I'm cranky when I'm tired, so don't address a big important issue with me if I'm lacking sleep. And do the same for your partner. If you guys are tired, you're going to be more irritable anyways. So just wait till you've got a good night's sleep and a full belly and then have those serious conversations, okay? I had a friend who told me this actually about him and his ex-wife. If they were needed to address something pretty severe, they would get in the car and go to Starbucks or a restaurant or to a public place to have that conversation, because they both knew that it was easy for them to get heated and disrespectful. So they knew if they were in a public place, it would almost force them to hear each other out, to listen, stay respectful, and come to a solution without being wild. So if you're like that and you know that about yourself, just get in the car, go to Starbucks, and have that conversation in public. It might help you out. I thought that was a really amazing tip. Also, a lot of times people will say, don't go to bed angry, which I agree with. I think that's a great tip. Like, you shouldn't ever be like having things bottling up so that they burst later. However, sometimes you're not going to come to a solution immediately. Like, for a lot of people, they need some space and time to process what just happened and to come up with a solution or to respond in a respectful way. Now, me, on the other hand, I need a solution now, and I need to know that we are on good terms and that a solution has come up with and that we are going to be okay. So I tend to poke and poke and poke and poke until I know that we're good. But over the years, I've had to realize that not everybody's like me. Some people need some space and time. So I've had to learn to be okay with going to sleep, not knowing if anything's been accomplished. And that's okay. Like, sometimes you're going to go to sleep without a solution figured out. And that's okay. You know, just put it in God's hands and go get some Z's, you know? Like, I'm not saying go to bed angry. You shouldn't go to bed angry and mad with each other. But sometimes you're going to have to walk away and then come back and figure out a situation later when emotions aren't so high. Sometimes it's going to take some steps and stages to figure the issue out. Now, I'm going to tell you something that is gonna blow your mind. It's very powerful and it's probably gonna hit you pretty hard. So I need to know something. Are you ready for it? Are you sure? Okay. So the person that you are with, you chose that person and you chose them exactly how they are. So I'm gonna challenge you. If many of your fights and many of your arguments are because you are wanting this person to change for you, you may need to look in the mirror and realize that maybe it's you that needs the changing. Because honestly, in relationships, it's our obligation to each other to be growing and becoming better versions of ourselves. But that is small changes to become better, not complete changes to make us a completely different shape of the person that we are. And if you are the person who is constantly wanting them to change, maybe you're with the wrong person, or maybe you are the wrong person and you need to make some changes. And I'm sorry that I have to be the bearer of bad news on this, but I see it all too much. And there's been many times when I've been in that situation and I needed to grow a lot and become a better person so that I wasn't trying to change everyone. So if that's you, like, I challenge you, own it and move on and work on yourself and become a better person. Now that I said that, I probably need to wrap up this video because I'm sure half of you have unsubscribed and the other half have completely tuned out. But from the bottom of my heart, I really truly hope this video brought you some value. I hope that you're gonna take something away from it and take it into your daily lives, whether you're going to war with the person that you love or your best friend or your parents or your siblings. You know, there's a way to argue in a productive manner where you can find a solution and it can be very healthy. So I hope that you learned something today. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel and I will talk to you guys soon.